Welcome to another Videolinq webinar. My name is Eyal, and today I will show you how to use Secure Stream, a new feature that we have on the Videolinq platform that allow you to protect live and recorded video and only play it from specific websites, from geographic regions that you decide, or from a list of IPs. So let's get to it. There are two ways that you can use stream protection. Option number one is set up a channel, and for that I will pick from here a preset of a file. I'll enable it, start the channel, and once the video is in the channel, I will go into the privacy tab and configure the settings that I want to use for restriction. If you are using closed captioning, if you're using files, you can add closed captioning just by enabling the captions on top of the video, and we have a separate webinar showing that. Back to the privacy settings, I can restrict, for example, the domains that I want to allow the video to play from. And for that, I'll use test my site. Just type the information, hit enter, and it gets recorded into the rules. And to test that, I'll go into two websites. I already created a player to save us time, and I posted it into testmysite.com and into our Ask Videolinq location. I will try to play the video on Test My Site. That's a site that is allowed. And now I'll try to play it on a website that is not allowed. And you can see here that the player will generate an error. You are able to use the Videolinq player. And if you want to use your own player, JW player, or any other player, just come to the player tab, copy the HLS path, and put it into your own player. Same rules will apply. Whatever you set up inside the privacy tab, this is what's going to happen inside your own player. Let me now demonstrate how to restrict playback by region. And to do that, I also set up an option for us to go into a different geographical region and take a look. So for that, I want to restrict that the playback is only available in Germany. So I hit it here. I can see that it came in here. Records were updated. And I'll try to play it here. We are not in Germany. You can see the error. I will now use a remote desktop, and I will log into a server that we have in Germany. And here is the player, the same player that I generated. I'm going to refresh just to be sure, and I'll play it. And the video will play inside here. It's a little bit choppy because I'm using a remote desktop into that server. Go back. The next option is to go and limit the playback based on IP. I cleared up here the geographical restriction. And again, with the geographical restriction, you can check as many regions that you want and countries that you want to allow. And they will all show up in here. You can go and edit anytime. Same as the domains, you can edit them on anytime. Just make sure that you click into the box when you are done to allow the system to save your settings. And here for the demonstration of how to restrict IPs, I will demonstrate and show that the video is only allowed as an example in that server in Germany. So for that, I'm going back into that server, and I'm going to take a look what is the IP of the server. And this is the IP of the server. So I'm going to copy the IP. I'm going back into the console. I'm going to enter it into the allowed IP by entering the number and hitting enter, and it's recorded inside there. And to show you that it's working only for that IP and not for my IP, I also went into what is my IP and I came up with this IP. This is my IP. I will try now to play from this IP, pulling the video from the page that the player was allowed to play into it. And you can see that the arrow here is showing that I'm not allowed to play the video because my IP is this IP and not the IP that is mentioned inside the console. I'm going to use the RDP and going to the server where we use the IP, refresh the page, and see if the video is allowed to play. And the video is allowed to play, again, because we know that the IP of that server is the IP listed in the allowed IP section. I will refresh it in here and go back into the console now. And clear up this IP. You can generate the stream and use Videolinq as your CDN. You can also use another CDN and use Videolinq as the stream protection rule for the video. And to do that, what you'll have to do is basically go ahead, create a destination, select any of the public CDNs. To remind you, for this to work, the rules must be recorded either in the channel or in the player. To use a third-party streaming service provider or content delivery network, a CDN, you'll have to select from any of the video platforms that we have that provides you with an HTTP live streaming path, an HLS path, an M3U8 path. The reason is you are not able to receive that information if you go to the social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. They do not provide the information, the specific information that we need to be able to identify the stream and apply the protection rules to it. So you could select Kaltura, you could select Dacast, Brightcove, Azure. All of them provide an HLS path. Wavza video, of course, Akamai, or you can just select the RTMP option and configure an outbound stream to your third-party video platform or CDN that will be able to provide you with the HLS path. Once you get that HLS path, what you'll do is go into the player and create a player. If you want to create a player and use the Videolinq CDN as your provider, all you have to do is just click here, give the player a name, and you'll see that here you'll have the Videolinq information that points to the player. If you do not want to use Videolinq and wants to use Akamai as an example, you would go configure an RTMP out or an Akamai destination, send the video to Akamai, get from Akamai the HLS M3U8 path, put it into here, into this section, in the live or on demand, make sure that this is live. And we do support also video on demand. So if you have a video on demand path, you can put it here and apply, of course, all the security rules. Give the player a name. And then go here all the way to the bottom to the privacy controls. And in the privacy controls of the player, you're able to select again, this is the domains I want to protect. These are the geographical regions that I want to allow the video to stream from. Or this is the set of IPs that I want people that are coming from these IPs to be able to pull the video and watch it. All you got to do afterwards is just to create the player, copy the iframe information, which is the player code, including all the protection rules that you set, and just put it on your website or on your blog and start streaming. The protection rules that you applied to the player will then allow you to restrict the stream allow privacy for videos that you do not want to share with others in specific region coming from a different website. And opens the door, of course, to all type of use cases where you are going to be able to add privacy to your streams and secure them so they are only being watched by the audience that you select. If you need more information, we have in our help section a couple of articles and more video tutorials. Feel free to follow the link that we are showing now on the video and to go and visit the help section. If you are configuring players or channels and adding stream protection and running into any issue, please post a technical support request to our team and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in our next webinar.